I think the National Security Advisor, Pottinger, other people over in Europe this week, talking to NATO, talking to other people. There's all types of activity around standing up to China in the South China Sea, and particularly holding them accountable for Hong Kong. I know it's one of the things that they're talking to the British government about. But there's been an expose, Raheem, that's kind of blowing the doors off the United Kingdom. And part of it's coming off a book called Hidden Hand by Clive Hamilton, who's a great investigative reporter that really ripped the mask off the permanent political class and economic class in Australia a couple of years ago with a book called Silent Invasion, which really showed how the CCP was getting into buying companies in Australia and then buying the political class. Raheem, what's going on in the United Kingdom? You're seeing a lot of finger pointing now, and a lot of people starting to talk about Huawei and how Huawei's embedded. Huawei's part of the PLA. They've taken over British Telecom. They've taken over the British, really, technology business, and nobody knew about it.
Steve, as you say, Robert O'Brien, President Trump's national security advisor, along with Matthew Pottinger, deputy, heading to France for meetings with counterparts all from the United Kingdom, France, Germany, and Italy this week. And it's really hotting up in terms of what's taking place in these discussions about the depths to which Huawei and other Chinese companies have actually burrowed themselves within the national security infrastructures of major Western allies of the United States. We've brought to you on this show before, ladies and gentlemen, the stories about the United Kingdom, how far the CCP's influence goes in the social scenes in the United Kingdom in terms of property ownership, in the media circuit, and of course in the political sense also. And this book, this new book, Hidden Hand, written by these two authors, which has been previewed in the Daily Mail of the United Kingdom this weekend, has really brought some major earthquakes to the British political circuit in the last 24-48 hours. The extraordinary details contained within this excerpt that you find in the Daily Mail are about this group called the 48 Group Club, a networking hub set up in the 1950s by members of the Communist Party of Great Britain. And this club has attracted amongst its members the former Deputy Prime Minister Lord Heseltine, who many people will remember, not exactly the Conservative Party's greatest defender or bastion, but nevertheless a key person within the Conservative Party, one of those people who helped oppose Margaret Thatcher. But it also goes across all three major political parties, as the Daily Mail puts it, the Liberal Democrats and the Labour Party too. That's not where it ends. Jesus College in Cambridge accepted 200,000 from the Chinese state and a further 155,000 from Huawei. And this 48 Club group also counts as members former Foreign Secretary, that's like having the Foreign Secretary, this former Secretary of State of the United States, ours is called the Foreign Secretary Jack Straw, and even former Prime Minister Tony Blair. And you go through this piece, and it's integral that you go through this for your knowledge about how the CCP operates, and we'll put it up on the Warroom website. It's called How China Seduced Its Useful Idiots. Chinese communists infiltrated Britain to push their party line. And you're seeing, we'll get into this more after the break here as well, because we've got to go to a quick break, but what you're seeing now in terms of the push back against the Huawei skeptics, against the CCP hawks from within the British political establishment, what you're seeing is a manifestation of what the 48 Group Club was set up to do, which is to help the Chinese Communist Party UK partners along the way. This is Warroom Pandemic, a bit hot coming out here. We'll be right back after this break.